I have started a new project of 12D and I'm going to load in an ASCII file from CivilCAD. File IO, data input, CivilCAD. The file that I wish to import is the top one here, 02170. I'm going to put a prefix in here of survey for my survey models with a space after it. And I'm going to come down and go read. The data has been imported. 12D is telling me from the CivilCAD file that there were some non-contourable points, lines and arcs, and 12D has made those non-tinnable within 12D. I'll go finish on the CivilCAD panel. So the data has been read into 12D, but first of all I want to turn off all of the cadastral boundaries. Because I don't know what these model names are called, I'm going to hover my mouse over the minus button and middle click, so with your mouse wheel. What this option allows you to do is to pick the data on the screen, and I can see here that survey boundary is the model, and when I accept, that model will be removed from the view. Easement, lots, traverse, lots. We also have here lots area, a zero model, and a TR model. There is also a lots number model. And that leaves me with my survey data. The next option is the check break lines, and it's found under the Tins menu, check break lines. I'm going to look at dataset number 1, which is going to be my view. View 2 has all my survey data. And the option that I want to use is intersecting strings with valid heights. And I'm going to type in a temporary model here. I'm going to pick a colour for the intersections. I'm going to turn on that new model called temp. I'm going to type in a report file name. And when I run check, the 12D model intersection report shows that there's no intersections found as it is empty. So we can go finish on the check break lines panel. The next option is to triangulate the survey data. So I'm going to use Tins create triangulate data. I'm going to use the name natural surface. Once you've typed that in, hit enter, and the model name of tin natural surface will be filled out. I'm going to copy that up to the function name so that when we need to recalculate this, we can use it as a function. I'm going to go to the data tab, and again all my data is on view number 2, so I'm going to pick that. Another good thing to note with the triangulation panel, once you have picked your data, 12D will show you the minimum and maximum Z values. So you can see that hopefully you have the correct data selected. I'm going to go to the nulling tab and tick to apply the nulling and come down and hit triangulate. We have a new model called tin natural surface, and we can see that the tin has been created. There are a few long triangles in here, so I'm going to go back to my nulling tab and try a smaller length value. There is an option under the View menu to send tins or rasters to the back. And when I select that, that will show me my survey data. And I can see that I still have a few triangles that I need to null. So I'm going to use the Tins menu, Null, and Null by Strings. The tin that I'm going to pick is my natural surface. I'm going to tick onto Null on Accept of String, right click and pick the line option. And as soon as I draw my line through the triangles, I can see that the triangles have been nulled. And a couple more up here, and one more there. And it looks like all my long triangles have now been nulled. So I'm going to go finish, and finish, and I'm going to toggle on the contours. Using the toggle button, tin contours. You can also toggle on the tin edges to bring the triangles back. And if you'd like, you can also have a look at tin flow. The next option is to create the contours. So I'm going to go Tins, Contour, Contour Smooth and Label. The function name is going to be Contour, Natural Surface Tin. I'm going to pick my tin of natural surface. I'm going to cheat here a little and copy the function name down to the model name. And these are going to be 1 meter interval. Going to make them grey. The major contours are going to be 5 meters and magenta. And the labels, I'm going to label just the major contours, and here with a model name finishing with labels. I'm going to go line removal and centered facing uphill with 1 decimal place, my text style of contour, and process. We should now have 3 new models called contour, natural surface tin, 1 meter, 5 meter, and labels. And I'll turn those on. I'm just going to turn off the tin natural surface model, and I can now see the contours, and the contour labels have been created. Again, with the contours being a function, I can come in and change my text color by using the edit option and picking the color that I wish, magenta, set, finish, and process. And the text has been updated. I'm going to use the View menu to open up a perspective view so that we can see our data in 3D. I'm going to use the Window menu and tile vertically to tile my views. I'm going to turn on firstly the tin of the natural surface plus all the strings and data that are on the plan view. There is an option in here called View Models Transfer. I'm going to pick my source view for these models and my destination view and see that the models are turned on. Onto the perspective view, I can use the toggle button and shade the tin. Another option on the perspective view is the orbit button, which is the little green planet. And literally, you can orbit and move your view around so that you can see it from different angles. If you want to get back to the original view, you can hit the zoom extents and see the view again. To export this data to CAD, I'm going to use the File I/O menu, Data Output, DWG, and DWG. All the data that I wish to export is on plan view number 2, so I'm going to pick that. My file name is going to be called Survey Data. I'm going to use 2D for my data and 3D for my contours, a default level of 0, and I'm going to hit the right button. And here is the CAD drawing opened in CAD. And I can see that all the data, strings and text have all come through.